y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic, I'm going to be talking about forgiveness. So one of the things that people ask me all the time, whether they're survivors of sexual abuse or it's somebody they care about who's a survivor, is this topic of forgiveness. This idea that in order to heal and move on, you must forgive the person who hurt you. And I just want to kind of I wanted to kind of talk about that and just share what my view is based on my clinical knowledge, based on just experience, and to kind of help people understand more about what healing looks like, and not to put this pressure or this burden on someone else about forgiving the person who hurt them. I think one of the reasons why forgiveness seems like it needs to be core when it comes to healing is because there's this idea that when you heal from something, or when you forgive, you can move on, and that it's like the closing of one chapter and an opening of another chapter. And so when people think about forgiveness, that's their way of kind of moving past something and not letting it be a big part of their life anymore. It's not occupying their thoughts. And in that case, like, that's a huge part about healing from sexual trauma, is that you are able to kind of integrate, feel more whole, love and accept yourself. That you can kind of leave some things in the past and move forward in the future, where it's still part of your identity, but it's not all of your identity, if that makes sense. And so I think when people are encouraging their loved ones to forgive, they're coming from that place of like, well, they just want them to move on and to close that chapter. And for survivors, they think, okay, well then, does that mean I have to forgive the person? Does that mean I have to have them in my life? And the answer to that is no. The biggest part for healing, honestly, the biggest thing for you to learn if you are a survivor of trauma, is that healing is about you coming into your own power, reclaiming that power, finding who you are, what your identity is, loving yourself and accepting yourself, and staying true to you and your needs and your wants, without the shame, without the guilt, and without the blame. That's literally what healing is all about. And for some people, they can forgive. I think that if some people want to go and have a conversation with the person who hurt them and talk to them about why they did it, how it made them feel, just to kind of have that piece of the closure. And I think if the person then asks, hey, well, I'm sorry, yes, I did that, will you forgive me, then that person has the choice to say, yes, I forgive you, or no, I don't forgive you. I just needed to get this off to have like that piece of my life be closed. Whereas from other people, for many survivors, they confront the abuser, and the person's like, that didn't happen. So how do you forgive somebody who won't acknowledge that they did something to harm you? And I think that's really hard for people to understand. And I think that when it comes to forgiving anybody, for survivors, you need to forgive yourself. Because the truth is, when you're being sexually violated, your body betrays you. It responds to the sexual act, and you then feel guilt and shame that, well, maybe I enjoyed it, or maybe I asked for it, and no, you didn't. It's evolution, unfortunately, in biology, and it's not your fault. So you have to kind of forgive yourself for your body betraying you, or forgiving yourself because you didn't speak up sooner, forgiving yourself because you weren't able to stop it. I mean, if you're talking about forgiveness, talk about it in a way that helps you heal and you feel more connected and you feel like a whole person. Again, where the focus is on loving yourself, caring about yourself, and being able to say, this is what I need. Having that boundary, saying yes, saying no, feeling empowered, feeling in control. That's healing. And with time, the flashbacks, the bad dreams, the trauma response of, freezing the minute you get anxious, or running away when you get anxious, or ready to fight when, somebody gets too close. Those kinds of things will start to dissipate as you heal. But forgiveness of the other is not a part of the healing process. It's more about you coming into your own and being able to say, no, I don't want to have contact with that person. Or yes, I do want to have contact with that person. Or, in many cases of, where a parent abuses the child and the parents are still together, maybe you have a relationship with one of the parents, the person who didn't abuse you, but you want absolutely nothing to do with the other person. And being able to say, I love you, non-abuser, and I want to have a relationship with you, but I'm not going to be with the two of you together. I'm not going to come back home and stay in that house where I was where I was assaulted and have contact with that person. I don't want to hear about that person. I don't want you to speak to me. Like, if that's what you need to do to take care of yourself, that's what you need to do. There's ways you can learn how to set that boundary, how to stay true to it, and to also communicate with the person that you want to have the relationship with that it's about respect. If you want to continue a relationship with me, like, you're going to respect this part of me, and being able to deal with the emotional feelings that come with people not understanding that. So there's so many ways, there's so many parts to the healing, but again, forgiveness is not one of them. I just wanted to jump on here and just talk about that because I think it's really important, and it's something that a lot of people don't understand, and you don't have to forgive. You don't have to forgive the other person. So that's all I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Please leave your comments down below. What's your take on forgiveness? What would you like someone to know as a survivor? What would you want people to know about the healing process that maybe they don't know? If you like this video, click the like button, hit the subscribe button. I upload every Sunday and Thursday, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday.